Why is Puppy Linux so fast? I've heard it was one of the fastest Linux versions out there today.
Puppy Linux is ranked as one of the smallest operating systems on the market, and one of the smallest Linux versions, which is hard given how lean some Linux OS are.
I've heard Puppy Linux described as a baby-sized OS.
It is also very immature, so it doesn't have a lot of bloat from various utilities.
That could be a strength or a weakness, depending on what is missing.
Puppy Linux has a minimum for a lot of utilities. For example, you have to install third-party permits to be able to run the basic Puppy VNC function.
VNC can be a security hole. At least with these options, I can pick which third-party app I want to use for it.
Puppy Linux has so little installed that you can choose what to install for a lot of applications and even utilities. You can choose the smallest or fastest ones, if that's your priority.
If you install the Puppy system, you want the fast and agile one.
Kind of like a little critter running around. And you can still play with the Linux OS to customize it like any other Linux instance.
Why else is it so fast?
Puppy Linux was designed to be as small as possible. The kernel itself is designed to be minimalist and still run.
As compared to Windows that has everything you could want and a lot you don't and is barely able to run.
Puppy Linux uses about 85 megabytes, so you can even run it on older computers.
It was designed for that. It is kind of a version of Lean IT, letting you keep using older PCs as a desktop instead of junking it to get a bigger OS that has more bells and whistles.
And because the OS is so small for an OS, it even installs fast. Updates are faster too.